Hey everybody, it's show reveal day!
Show reveal day!
We're doing The Wall by... No, not really. At this point now, you've seen the video, so you know that we're doing a show entitled The Light of the Moon, and we are so excited about what this show represents for us as a program and the stories and the energies and the moods that we'll be able to communicate through the production. What do you think, Mr. Dandria?
I am just so excited. The source material is just really, really cool because I think the moon is just something that we all have a really our own relationship with, and it just offers so many different things, such a cool environment.
I agree. And the music, in talking with John Meehan, it's funny, we've had a multi-year love affair with Aurora Awakes. And I feel like in some ways, we've never gotten to fully finish our work on that piece. In 2018, of course, it was the closer for Intertwined. And we really never saw that through to its end. The last, minute of the show was Aurora Awakes, and we performed it once. And this year, Wind Ensemble 1 was preparing Aurora Awakes, and we never got to do it in concert, a formal concert. So I feel like the universe is telling us, like, you've got another shot at this. And aside from just being a very powerful piece of music, I think it ties to the narrative and the story of The Light of the Moon so beautifully, which I'm excited about.
Totally.
What about the other music? Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah, I'm super excited to do that really cool arrangement of the 21 Pilots tune by the Vitamin String Quartet. I think that is, you saw some of the descriptors in the video of mischief and dance, and that tune just like has this feeling I can imagine just in the darkness with nothing but the light of the moon kind of moving around with that soundtrack.
Yeah, I think something that audiences have come to expect from Amador, which I think we're being very true to this year, is music with an entry point of immediate emotional appeal. Music that the audience, and certainly you as performers, will get to understand, recognize, and be invested in because it tells such a clear story. And I think, speaking of story, something that we came to as not a conscious choice in the show, but the last 2 years we've had very character-driven shows. And there was an idea this year, without going to like the super abstract place, which can be hard to do storytelling when you're coming from a very abstract place, but we wanted to stay in a more concrete place in terms of the storytelling, but to not have it necessarily be character driven. And that is something that's a little different this year. And in addition to not having a character driven show, but still with a very clear theme, we're also changing up the pacing of the show a little bit. So many of you have come to know that we typically have like part 1, part 2, part 3, maybe a part 4. And this year, John and Keith Dunton, our program coordinator, really looked at designing the show more like one large production with different scenes and transitions. So it'll be a different way to have our show be paced.
I'm excited to mix things up. And, for those of you that have been doing this activity for a while, there's some things about marching band that can feel formulaic. And I like that we're looking to just have a different approach and still, of course, have the same aims of trying to generate effect and all of the things we typically do, but to not feel constricted to the box of sometimes the 3 production model.
Absolutely. And something else that we're very excited about is a different look for the band this next year, and that we are not using props. And after the last several years of having props be an integral part of kind of the visual look of the band, we want to look different really simply by not having them on the field. We are still going to use front drops because those provide kind of a helpful screen for transitions, particularly for the color guard. But really to allow for all of the performers on the field to be the prop that we utilize, which is the power of just the number of us that are there, which is pretty cool. And that we're also going to be experimenting with possible, like maybe some adjustments or tweaks to the look of the band next fall, but stay tuned for more information on that.
Super excited for just a different approach in a way that I am really, really excited about, but still feels really, really true to our program and our community.
And we are excited to I'm sure you've got questions and things you're wondering about, and you're welcome. We're going to have office hours again at some point in the next couple of weeks. So if you're excited about the show and want to learn a little bit more detail about some things, you can drop by one of the office hour sessions that we'll set up, and we'll look forward to hearing from you soon. But we're super excited to bring the light of the moon to a field near all of us very, very quickly. See you soon, Dons.
Bye-bye.